All right, welcome back. I know it's been a while. Sorry about that. Welcome back. I know it's been a while, but here we are with another 2K stream. Only played two games so far. It's probably been at least a month, maybe, since the last time I streamed this. I'm gonna try to get a little more consistent with it. I know a lot of y'all out there are 2K fans, especially, and Hawks fans, especially with the basketball season being underway. I think they're about 18 to 20 games in for most teams. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try to get this moving a little bit more consistently if we can. And y'all keep me honest too. Let me know if I haven't streamed in a while and you really want to see it. Hit me up on YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter, any of them. Shakira725, that's the name, of course. So we're gonna go ahead and get on with Game 3 here against the Charlotte Hornets. See what we can do.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
We've had some close games, if I remember right.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. We'll watch the Charlotte Hornets in this one as they go up against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Guys, let's dig into some of the players.
Must have been some last season numbers. I was like, I know we haven't scored 102 points in a single game yet.
The more underrated players in the league. Who would be your picks? Underrated guys. Kenny?
I like Paul Millsap. I think he's underrated. I think his value to the team. There's a bunch of guys on that Atlanta team that's underrated. Teague and Millsap. Markieff Morris down up in Phoenix, man.
All right, let's get it going.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline.
Yeah, we got to find a way to have a more consistent offense on here.
For Atlanta, as the Hawks will try to recharge their batteries on their home court, getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
And although
Here we
they
go.
were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Guys, they split the season series.
That's not what we needed.
There's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win
Wow.
some, you lose some, but they certainly want to
What's up,
impose their
Cookies?
talent level tonight.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by
Man.
Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Hornets. MKG
Oh, come on.
at the forward duo.
That should have been an easy
Jeremy
one.
Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Jefferson in at the 5, roaming the paint.
You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year 2. In fact, his production only improved slightly, but that was mostly due
And
to
they called the
increase
shooting foul
in
on me.
playing time.
What's up, Rawlington?
Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
Yeah. Figure
And
I'd
for
get this
Cody
one going
Zeller,
since it's
Greg,
been a
there's
while.
reason he was the 4th overall pick back in 2013. He showed the size and athleticism to be a difference maker in college. And Clark, now he has to do it at the pro level as well. And I
If
think
y'all got any
pretty
tips for me too, I'm always
I'm
open.
agreeing with those folks myself because he does have the tools. It's now a matter of transitioning and becoming a little better shooting the ball than he's shown.
Well, guys, no secret that Al Jefferson has never been known for his defense. Clark, mostly viewed as an offensive player.
Yeah, he really is strong down in the low post, but last season Jefferson went out of his way.
All right, I'm gonna have to stop
change
taking
that
threes.
No defense perception of it.
And Kid Gilchrist
It's not
gets it to
working.
go in.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
A slow start for Atlanta in this one. 6-point game. A tough loss coming against New
Oh,
York.
come
in the last
on.
game played.
They are
Their
intercepting every
defense
single
got
pass
sliced
like that.
and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down.
And
on
we aren't
the
stopping
shooters.
them from making the
Not
shot.
nearly quick enough. And then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
Something was clearly amiss for them, Greg. I mean, to let an opponent shoot that high a percentage, you got to take a long look in the mirror after a game like that.
It's deflected.
Nope. I didn't get an easy layup.
Fast break. Kid Gilchrist has got it. Here's
Oh, that was
Lamb.
pretty.
The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Really not
Use
hard to
Millsap
see
in
why
the
they're
post
giving up
game?
points
I'll
on this
try.
run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Here is Splitter, following the basket by Jeremy Lamb.
What the heck is he doing?
And Horford finishes inside.
We greasy. Yeah, that's what it feels like right now.
Defense, when he realized teams would pick on him and make him the focal point of their attack.
Now, here's Walker. He's coming off a 13-point game against Miami.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Now, here's Teague, following the miss by Kemba Walker.
Come on, set up something.
Splitter sets a screen for Teague.
There we go.
That's good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Charlotte leading by 6. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Walker. The shot, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella.
There we go. Finally, we're getting some points going here.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Jefferson, a screen on Teague. Walker dishes to Jefferson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him
Can't catch a break with these fouls here.
And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team.
Should you switch to PS4? No.
That's
That's a simple answer. No. 360 all day, man. Or one all day.
Probably what, Clark, one-dimensional?
Well, you know,
Got so used to saying 360 over 10 years.
For the most part, you usually need to play a little bit of D to have a chance to get there.
And the Hawks making a change here. Cephalosha's checked in. Horford kicks to Corver. He dishes it to T.
No.
6 to shoot. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Horford. Zeller.
Oh, come on, Horford.
Those are chances almost.
Got to be an easy one.
You can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Walker. Drills the three.
Tell you what, Kyle Korver's defense on here is
Walker's
horrible.
got 5 points so far.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
There we go.
They're getting and they're capitalizing.
They'll give me the
on
easy
them,
one
guys.
right there
They have
inside.
to be happy
I'll take it all
to
day.
start offensively.
And I love the tenacity, guys.
But yeah, look at Korver's defense, man. I need a shooter that can actually play D out on the
And
outside.
exert his presence.
Walker in the post. Teague covering. Walker's shot is off. Now it's in it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Steve Clifford.
He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him.
Oh!
He said Horford's just a complete
No, no,
player.
no, no, no.
He does all the things you want from a big
SWAT team.
He's
Ho!
a matchup. When
Hey,
it
I can
starts
do
with
that too,
matching
man.
his
I got
energy.
MLB the
Kevin,
show
we'll
from
see
the
if they have what it
PS4. So if
takes.
you're talking about playing a baseball game, then I can understand. That game is
Here's
worthwhile. I absolutely love the show.
checked in for Corver.
But
And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for
yeah,
Jefferson.
otherwise though, if you're talking
And
about
then for
like your main
Charlotte,
console,
Kaminsky is checked
you should
in
just
for
make it
Jefferson.
the
Batum
all
comes in for Cody
all the
Zeller,
one,
and
all
it's
day.
Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker. Now here's Lin. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
Oh, come on. How did he
And
not
Kid
step out?
Gilchrist kicks to Lin. Sinks the
I'm not a
triple.
fan of Schroeder. Come on, man.
Here's Bazemore. You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season.
Thank you.
That way
Call
to help
something.
unveil That beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And
There we go.
That statue of Neek was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
Hansbrough's checked in for Kid Gilchrist.
Let's go.
And so
All right.
Bazemore.
We're only 7 behind. We're not a lot behind right
You know,
now.
for the
Anything
Hawks
can
last
happen. It's
season,
still early
they
in the
ended
game
with
here.
a 35-6 record at home, and that was the best in the East.
Of course
and
it's
the
a
second
reach.
best in the NBA.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So it's the Hornets now. They lead by 6.
Get it, get it, get it, get it. It rolled a little too far out of reach.
And for the Hawks, it was a good year to get the city. No, take that. It was a great year to get the city talking about basketball again. And
Oh,
Atlanta
they
hasn't
got me.
always rallied
I was
behind
anticipating
this
him
team, but
doing the
boy,
pick and
they show
roll.
up more than usual last season.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Horford. Count it.
There we go.
Second make in 4 attempts.
So right now, the only leverage it has is the friends on it. The friends, I would say the network is better too.
Much of a height advantage.
That's just
and
me.
Expect to contest it.
Now here's Lynn.
I mean, both consoles have some good exclusives, but you know,
There's a screen
I
by
really
Hansbrough.
prefer
Jumper off the screen.
Xbox all day over.
Shot clock at 5.
Oh no!
And a foul called on the shot.
Oh,
Got
come
it that
on.
time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Come on, Millsap, you can't be fouling this
Millsap
early,
picks one
man.
up. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Yeah, that dive was a little
They're
too
showing us
early,
a lot
bro.
of energy
It was a
early
little
on,
too early.
racking up those fast break points.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum. And guys, Tyler Hansbrough, as heavily a decorated player.
Oh, no, no,
in
no.
college, has
I didn't mean to shoot from way out there.
seen his numbers steadily
Thought he was gonna be
climb
closer.
in the pros. Last season, he was in for an average of only 14 minutes a game, the lowest of his career, and he also only averaged
There we go.
about 4 points a game, which also equaled the lowest of his career.
Clark, Tyler Hansbrough has been
There we
an
go.
effort guy, but he hasn't, just displayed the physical tools needed to match up, it looks like, with bigger power forwards.
Yeah, and if you lack certain physical tools, you better have a well-developed skill set. That other area
Come
where
on.
Tyler has needed improvement is his skills. Still young
Oh
enough
no,
to turn
no!
around. The clock continues
How'd he
to
get the inside on that?
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. It's stolen by Hansbrough.
I didn't even see when it got stolen.
And now running up the court, Kid Gilchrist pushing
I just
it
saw the
up.
camera change.
Now here's Lamb. 14 points from him the last game against Miami. And he dunks it down.
Oh,
Oh, he's just angling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
Okay, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little
All right.
too riled up.
we
And
let
that
him start
concludes
pulling
the
away
first
again
quarter
there.
of play.
We had it to
Hornets
within
lead
what,
by
like
8.
4?
2K Sports back in a moment here at
3 or
Phillips
4,
Arena
something
in
like that.
Atlanta.
We'll get him though. We'll get him.
And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for.
Well, in a game
We don't need to hear Jeremy
Lin's
Lin's story.
There are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in
Come on,
time.
Corver.
But this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble.
There we go. Got that double team off on him.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And let's quickly break down the game.
That's what I needed right there. Let's go.
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Michael Kid Gilchrist out there with Tyler Hansbrough. Then it's Jeremy Lin.
There we go.
And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Jefferson in at the center position.
All up in there. That's what we needed right there. Let's
Clark,
go.
when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
I didn't call that.
One reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss
Half court
a play
press.
like that.
Puts up the baby hook, and it falls.
All right, I'm gonna have to disable that voice thing
Jefferson's
somewhere.
got 5 points so far. The Hawks trail by 6. Shooter kicks to Horford.
Oh,
It's stolen by
gosh.
Hansbrough. Here's Lin. Rebounded
There
by
we go.
Korver. Atlanta's shooting has been terrific, 54% on the game. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start.
There we go. Slowly coming back. Slowly coming back in this.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and
I'm trying to play that up-tempo offense that the Hawks usually play.
in any season.
And now the first First timeout called here for the Hornets.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to
I
New
really
Orleans
want Teague back in. I might have to make that manual
They
sub.
just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years.
Justin Holiday's checked in for Hardaway. And then for Charlotte, Zeller comes in for Tyler.
There we
Hansen.
go, defense.
And it's Batum in for Kid Gilchrist.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Korver kicks it over to Schroeder. Takes the 13-footer. No good.
Come on,
now,
Schroeder.
Charlotte takes it the other way. They've led by as much as 10.
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were.
Man, we have been getting some serious blocks in this game here.
Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years.
He feeds it to Horford. Al Jefferson grabs the miss.
How did he miss that?
Jefferson's got his third
He
rebound
couldn't
of
have
the night.
made it. I mean, he couldn't have been any closer on that shot.
And a wide open look for Walker. Yes.
Yeah, that was my fault
And
right
nice
there.
assist from Lynn.
I wasn't covering
And
him.
now it's a 9-point Charlotte lead for Atlanta. They've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Schroeder kicks to Horford. Korver passes to Splitter. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Shot clock at 6. Just his first attempt.
There we go,
One up,
Korver.
one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up.
Half-court
now. Their
press.
last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have
You're on your computer.
The Hawks trail by 9. Kicks to Horford. They get a hand on it.
No. Get that.
Feeds it to Splitter.
What the heck? Can we hold on to this?
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And it's Walker penetrating. Good. Walker's got 10.
I mean,
They're
even
starting
he
to
was
really pull
surprised
away, but
to
they've
do
got
that
so
on
many steals in
Hawks
this
have
game.
gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second.
And guys, there's no doubt Walker
Yeah, that was
has
just a
lot of
frustration
the
shot right
tools
there. That's what that
needed
was.
To be a great point guard, but his shooting percentage is really what has kept him from making the leap. Just not as consistent as he needs to be, and a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
Last game for the Charlotte Hornets, it was a loss to the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
We can't put anything
A
in.
lot of free runs to the hoop.
We really
lot of
can't.
open jump shots. And in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that. Wow, you don't see them make plays like
Hold
that
on one
very
second.
often.
Let's see. Is that option in here to turn off the voice? Maybe gameplay. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Yes.
That's a nice move there for the basket.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality. Maybe too much.
Hold on, man. Where's the subs at? How do we do subs on here? Here it is, subs. Schroeder out. Give me Teague. Gosh, dang. Wait, did they say cancel it? No, I didn't want to cancel it. I wanted to do it. Yeah, I could. I thought about that.
Paul Millsap's checked in for the Hawks. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Charlotte. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Jeremy.
Get in there. Thank you, man. Let something
The
fall.
lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the basket for Millsap. Greg, talking about Walker, you have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
Atlanta making a switch here. Teague's checked in. Releases from 15. The offensive rebound.
No!
A nice shot by Zeller.
Okay.
Zeller's got the lead up to 13.
Am I
now
planning
for the
on
Hornets.
re-signing him?
They're
Possibly.
consistently finding ways to get the
I mean, I like
ball
Horford. He's a good
inside
player.
and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth
There we go.
basketball. Pound that thing inside.
It's something going
I
here.
love that dish down low.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pass to Lamb. There's the pick, and here's Walker outside. Can't get it to go.
There we go.
So Atlanta will take it the other way. Splitter sets a screen. Holiday, no one around him. That's
Nice.
So Teague with the assist.
That was huge right there. We
Teague's
needed
got
that.
3 assists in the game. And it's Walker penetrating. Atlanta with the rebound.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Here's Millsap, and the bucket counts.
And
He's
one.
on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
You said, why don't I use Kent more? I'm new to it too, man. Just as new as you are. I mean, I've played 2K, but, you know, I'm not as well versed on basketball as I am with football. So I've played it in the past, you know. This is my attempt to not only get better at it, but to also, you know, learn more about what we have and their individual skill sets and everything like that.
Finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
To the middle.
Let's go, Splitter.
Here's Splitter.
Ah,
By Kaminsky.
thought he was going to get something
That's
there.
the way you want to defend.
Seemed like he couldn't back him down at all. I don't know if Splitter's not a strong enough guy to do something like that, though.
Goes in. Hansbrough.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Fantastic last season. After the All-Star
You know, I'd rather a foul with a
they
miss.
struggled against teams over 500.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. First one falls for him. Hansbrough hits them both. 34 seconds left to play in the first half. Teague dishes to Splitter. That's
Nice.
good. So Teague with the assist.
See, I'm going to tell you, the way I usually like to play is I'm more of an outside shooter. I mean, honestly, I like playing on the outside, make people come to me. Problem is that it's not as consistent. You know, I mean, sure, you can play outside, but unless all your guys are at least B three-point shooters or whatever, then they aren't going to make it as easily.
Screen by Hansbrough.
You know, and so because of that, you end up getting down by a lot, especially if you hit a cold streak.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's
Oh, I meant to shoot right there.
every time down the floor.
Is Eddie still on the team?
Up the first half.
No idea.
They're up by 8. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the
Eddie.
third quarter.
Eddie? Is that a nickname or is that actually his actual name? I don't know. Oh well.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports halftime.
Let's skip past the
Charlotte had
halftime
no
show.
problems getting going. A smoldering performance for them early.
We're not doing
as they
14
shut
for
down
27 is
everything
not bad. That's like
and
a
were
little over
clicking on
50%
offense,
shooting.
Going 10-0 to start.
You know, but
After
where they're
one,
killing us is they've
they
got
held
6
an
steals.
8-point
That is
And
horrific.
that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
I don't know that. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's on the team or not. But yeah, we gotta cut out all the turnovers. Maybe that means more bounce passes instead of those in the air passes or something. We gotta find a way to cut them out.
We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys.
Come on,
He's
T.
capable of doing that on a consistent
There we
basis
go.
as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint.
Well, I was trying to hit Corver, but they wouldn't let me throw it to him.
Second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Teague and Corver.
And nobody's even trying for a rebound.
Splitter's out there with Horford, and it's Millsap in at the 3 spot. So that's
Nice.
the lineup for Atlanta. And it's Corver in the corner. Back to Teague. Shoots it. Misses off the left iron.
That wasn't even a
You
3.
almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Okay.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
The feed now to Horford. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Lamb. That one goes.
He just made that look too easy. We couldn't keep up with him.
Charlotte lead. Atlanta with the ball. Horford with the screen on Walker. And Teague, here we go. No good off the pick.
That's not how
Teague
you
is
want to kick
missing
off
that
the
one.
second half with 3 straight misses.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clarkie's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they
Oh,
get
my
that
gosh.
lead, it's almost like
All right.
they give him free reign.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. The Hawks making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Teague drives in.
That was the most awkward looking finish to the basket.
Last season off that playoff appearance, but they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch up.
And so Teague gets 2 free throws.
I don't know how he expected to make that one. I mean the shot, not the 2 layups.
Charlotte calls timeout. Charlotte leading by 12. Outside, Walker. Kid Gilchrist sets the pick for Walker.
Why is it their screens work? Or picks, rather.
Screen
Their
by
picks
Jefferson.
work.
And Zeller kicks to Lamb. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jefferson on top. Tries it from 19. Hits the front
There we
of the
go.
rim
Good
and out.
defense.
And for the Hornets, they seem to get back on track last January, but they faded Clark quickly after that. Were too far behind to make up room and get in the playoffs.
Nobody in his face. He should make those all day.
That
Oh!
really did him in. All in all, it was a season that just didn't have any traction for them because of the injuries.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure.
Thank
off
you.
the perimeter
Somebody
guys.
gets something.
Finally get
I mean,
one
if we're
drive
wide
to
open on the
start
outside,
the
I
half.
have to take
4
that shot,
straight
right?
planks.
Oh,
Walker against Teague. Picked by Zeller. That's a 2-pointer from Walker.
There
And
we
it's
go.
Wide
I'll
right.
take it.
It's off the rim. The Hawks trail by 11. Teague, the pass to Splitter. Teague against Walker. Teague dishes to Millsap. Outside Hardaway. Millsap kicks to Teague. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5
There we
minutes
go.
have gone. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just
There
9
we
in the
go.
bucket from Horford. Walker against Teague. Picked by Zeller. And the call
Yeah, that was on me. I reached.
Teague. That's his first foul. Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for the Hawks. The Hornets also changing it up. Batum comes in for Kid Gilchrist. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Jeremy Lamb. To the paint, here's Jefferson.
Oh, don't let him do that.
Good off the assist from Lin.
Why are they making
And
runs?
it's 9 points for Al Jefferson.
Bump it.
And one thing about
Is that what you're
Jeremy
waiting
Lin,
on, man?
he sets the pace. A smart guy, good instincts.
Cephalosha.
He knows when
There it
to
is.
slow it down and when to turn it up.
Charlotte leading by 8. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Sefolosha passes to Horford. Now the dish to Sefolosha.
Oh, come
Good the
on.
three. Charlotte has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Over in the corner, Batum. No one near him. And he
Yeah, they make
wheels
the
that
wide
one
open
in,
threes. We miss them all
sinking
day.
right through off the
What
back
the
iron.
heck?
And we're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
For the Hawks, Kent Bazemore's checked in for Hardaway, and Dennis Schroeder's subbed
Oh
in for Jeff
gosh,
Teague.
not Schroeder again.
And then for Charlotte, Kaminsky is checked in for Jefferson. And it's hands
Look at
in
this.
for Cody Zeller.
What the heck?
Rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's
And
all
nobody's on the
adding up.
rebound?
You take a look
Nobody
at all the
boxed out?
The team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Gets it to
There
drop,
we
and
go,
now he's
Millsap.
shooting at a
Somebody
5
make
for 8
something.
clip.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Down low, here's Hansbrough.
Good D.
Good work
Good
defensively
D.
by Millsap. The Hawks trail by 12. Now Schroeder. No scoring
All right,
yet
man.
from
I'm
him,
getting tired of
but
Schroeder
that's
getting
likely to
swatted
change, and
swatted
they're
all
able
over
to
the
recover.
place.
Here's Bazemore. No good. And
No.
the Hornets now going
No,
the other
we
way.
don't want to sink that one either.
Walker with it. He's got 12. There's a screen by Hansbrough.
All right, that was a good way to hit. Oh,
And it's
no.
Walker penetrating, and the layup is
Oh,
good.
wow.
Walker's got 14 points.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And
Yeah, they're
taking
starting
a
to
quick
pull
look
away here.
At the hustle stats for Charlotte.
Unless we go on a nice little run, I don't see us winning this
And
one.
the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
They set the pick, and Millsap, here we go. Inside, here's Cephalosha. Pulled the shot
There
a
we
little
go.
end,
Get
but the
something.
bounce goes his way.
Said I need to run more picks. I'll try.
7.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Walker, and there's another one for the Hornets.
He shook me there. I got nothing to say about that one. He just shook me.
24 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Schroeder, guarded by Walker. Here's Cephalosha. Great D that time from Batum.
It's a plus
We got him to
line
jump, and this
for
man
them
was
in
still
rebounding
able to not only
category after
land,
that
but then
goal.
catch up to
Very
us.
steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing them in.
What's up, Fly King
Exactly,
Ben?
Greg. I mean, defense like that
Appreciate
really
you checking it out.
increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
We are getting hammered. 63 to 47.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show.
I want Teague in the entire time. If I had my way, that's what it would be.
The Hawks trail by 16. On the floor for Charlotte. Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Jeremy Lin is out there with Jeremy Lamb. And it's Kid Gilchrist in its small forward. Lin with the steal.
And it still got
And
stolen.
here
We
go
weren't
with
doing
Kid
anything
Gilchrist
fancy there
into the
either.
hoop. Good. Kid Gilchrist has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Hornets.
We weren't doing
Boy, what a
anything
slick
fancy.
job of passing from Jeremy Lin on that one.
Teague dishes to Cephalosha. He kicks it to Horford. On the wing, Korver. Back to Horford. 3 on the clock. And he banks
There
in
we
the
go.
layup.
And boy, did he ever show the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Charlotte leading by 16. And the call will be against Jeff.
They can't
Teague.
call everything a reach, man.
That's
Come
foul
on
number
now.
2 for him. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Left side, Lin. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets
Who
the
was camped?
second call.
Okay, it was on them. I was about to say.
And for the Hawks, they're shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. And Teague, here we go.
Yay, we got something.
Done
Let's
you
go.
gotta do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it's certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
That's a
Yeah,
miss.
that could be
What?
an
That was off of
instant
us?
momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
Come on. Half court press. Oh, wait, that's right. I don't have it on voice anymore.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Zeller, a screen on Korver. Lamb passes to Zeller, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
The Hawks trail by 16. Outside Teague.
Is nobody going to come for the...
Horford sets a
There
screen
it
for
is.
Teague.
Teague, low-key beast. Normally, Teague has a much better game for me. This game here, he hasn't done hardly anything.
Millsap a screen. Korver kicks to Millsap. Let's go.
No, that slipped.
No good off the
I wasn't
back
trying
of
to
the rim.
shoot it right there.
Charlotte leading by 16. Dishes it to Lamb. Pass to Zeller. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Zeller's got 4 points in the quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happy.
There we
than
go. Get something.
selflessness on the basketball court.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But
I'll
boy,
take the
that was a
three-point
nice
play,
job.
though. I
Splitters
will.
checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. He told the
So
players,
since this
"Let's
man
put
hadn't
our
been
foot
working
on
all
them
game,
and
we're going to
keep
go
them
ahead and try to
down.
play the zone
We've got
here.
them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Golly.
And he
Horford
overdid
mugged
too
him.
much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a
Ooh,
very hard
Horford
foul
mugged him
that
right
time,
there.
and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. And he sinks
That's
the
all
second.
right.
Hawks
I'm
were
okay
so
with that.
dominant
He was
last
trying to
year
stop
and
him.
were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance
Nice.
against the Nets in 6 games.
Here's Millsap and down.
Let's
it
get
goes.
it.
Dunked through off a wonderful
Yeah, no
assist.
kidding. Horford
And
slam
great
indeed
job
right
of
there.
taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together. You know, in the second round, had a bit of trouble.
Probably should have
Once again,
Millsap
the
drive.
Wizards were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. Seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
Up the floor. Shot
There
is
we
good,
go.
And the Charlotte lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Korver.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Out to the right wing. Lamb. Money from the
Ooh.
wing. And the Hornets lead by 14.
And really, with the Hawks in the postseason, they just ran out of help. I mean, the Korver injury, the Carroll injury were huge against the Cavs. And when you lose that much talent, you could see why they were swept out of that conference final.
What was that?
Don't forget
What kind
they
of
also
weak
lost
shot
to
was
Philadelphia
that?
prior to the playoffs.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect
And they're
them to
just
be.
draining everything.
In control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Lynn against T. Horford sets a screen for T. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Here's Lynn.
We got to find out how to cut down on
At
turnovers.
the elbow, Jefferson. And Splitter pulls it down.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Millsap misses. Hornets leading by 16. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his third foul of the game.
Well, I thought at one point we were coming back into it, but then we let him pull away again.
Right wing. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating.
Wow, what a shot.
Right now, I mean, what a half he's having.
And when you think of Kid Gilchrist, one thing that comes to mind is intangibles. He has a desire and intensity and a will to win that elevates him to elite status.
Yeah, you know, he never will be a great shooter, and he's still working on his jump shot. But the intangibles, you talked about it. You add heart and tenacity to that. Every team wants a guy like that.
I wonder if we can get Corver out there to just start draining some threes this late in the game.
The Hawks trail by 19. Teague dishes to Corver. Shot to stop the run. Good.
Okay.
The defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
The Hornets have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Over in the corner, Lamb. Baseline try. Rebounded by the Hawks. Splitter's got his third rebound on the night. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. Here's Corver for 3. Zeller grabs the board.
I was about to do it again if they aren't going to press him.
Rebound here tonight. Walker against Teague. Walker the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Tries from 10. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
And guys, what we saw here tonight
There we go.
is one side having everything going for them.
NBA, what's up, string cheese?
For the Hornets.
Yeah, I decided to do some NBA today here.
Factor in this one, but I'd say that
I have a Hawks franchise, but I hadn't really played as much of it. It's been like a month since I last streamed on here.
Of the new year.
Opponent always good to take that first win
What?
of the season series.
No! Yeah, so I figured I might as well go ahead and stream on here since it's been so long and basketball season is starting to ramp up here.
Love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Kid Gilchrist. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Good.
There we go. Get something.
Kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I
This
think
game's
the only
pretty much
reason
over,
they're on
though.
This run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
To the right side. And
Oh, come on.
From Kid Gilchrist.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight, but we saw a team.
The crowd
that was
done
just
left.
really
Look at the
new battle
stands,
in
man.
this arena.
Those jokers
They
are empty.
clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
Man, I swear he
And
can
you
make
know
more
what?
shots
That's
than
one
what
of
he's
those
done.
heat checks. If he's taking
Him
shots
and
like
Teague
that.
have been off
Yeah,
today.
heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
And the
Yeah, we'll go for the
call will be
third
against
foul.
Jeff Teague. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, I can. I can explain that to you. Oh, yeah. Let me finish this game first, and then I won't make it part of what I put up on YouTube, if I can remember.
So it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was
yeah.
silent by
Close
the
game.
WGA. This one wound down.
And that's what you want to
Close,
do. Take
close
the
game,
crowd
but in the
out of
end,
it
they
by
got
crunch
us.
time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Al, this was a game where you guys seem to have a distinct advantage inside. How do you evaluate how well the team played as a whole?
We made some mistakes.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Trying to see if I have my notebook where I had all that stuff so I can tell you exactly how I had it broken down.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along
I'd have
with
to find that
Shaq and
notebook.
the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
he was doing some serious battling with the bigs down low. He's not afraid to go hard to the rack wherever he had the chance. He doesn't care about their size. He's going in there, and he's going there.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
All right, let's get out of this game here. So we got to do better. We'll see what happens going into the next game. Yeah, that is frustrating though. Feel like I say yeah so much. Sound like that doggone Power Rangers back in the day, if you remember that from the original junk. You know, what was his name? Alpha. Ay, Zordon. You know, that guy. I say it too much. All right, so now that we're out of this, so what I was talking about with the whatchamacallit, the two different leagues. I know I had SEC on top on one side, and I had the Pac-12 on top on the other. I can't find my sheet, so I can't remember all the individual conferences, but I know under SEC, I think it went to the ACC, then it went to the Big 12, I think. Then it went to like the Sun Belt, and there may have been something below that, I don't remember. Then on the other side, you had like the Pac-12, then you had the either the Big Ten, I think may have been next, and then the American Conference. Oh, thank you. That was a perfect invitation. Appreciate it. Then you had the, then I had the American after that one, and then after that, it may have been like the MAC, possibly. Golly, man, I'm trying to remember. Like I said, I had all of this written down in a notebook, but I moved my notebook because it's been a while since I was in there playing that one. So I'd really have to find that notebook on that. But and eventually they all, like the bottom of both of them was independent. And so what I did was I moved every team except for two out of independent, you know. So for some of those teams like Notre Dame that aren't in anything or whatever, I just kind of threw them into one as I could. I tried to keep it so that most of them had a conference championship game. There were still one or two that didn't, but I tried to keep it so that most of them did. And so what happens is when you do that, you know, obviously that means the independent teams, they'll move out after the first year. And that means one team, like for the very bottom division out of each of the stacks. So let's say it was like Sun Belt and Mountain West, let's say. I don't remember what my order was, but let's just say it was those two. Then only one team from each of those would drop into independent. And so independent was ultimately the bottom of the stack. So does it have to be a certain league or no? It doesn't have to be a certain. I mean, you know, the one thing they allowed you to do in NCAA is they allowed you to create custom conferences and stuff like that. And at the end of each season, you can move teams around between conferences. And so that's what I would do. You know, I mean, it wasn't. I wish it was automatic. That would be awesome if there was a setting to make it automatic. But I had to manually do it. So you know, it took about 5 to 10 minutes to do. Because at the end of each season, before you got to the off season, you had to make sure you went through and you wrote down what teams are moving up, what teams are moving down. You know, and you can do it off of whatever scale you want. I did it after every season. I had thought about doing it after every two, but then I'd have to make sure I knew, what teams, records were. Because if a team went like 10-1 one year and then went 1-10 the next, you wouldn't necessarily want to move that team down per se, unless you were doing, like I said, the 1 year thing. In which case it doesn't matter what their previous record was, and that to me was easier to keep up with. But if you do it where it's multiple years, then you probably want to keep track of overall record, kind of like how they might do for real life stuff when they're determining what teams might move into what conferences. They don't just look at a 1 or a 5 year stretch, they look at a long stretch, But yeah, that's ultimately what it was. And like I said, what happens is you'll end up with your not consistently. A lot of them will end up being some very close games. Your top teams may end up having like 2 losses and stuff like that. I mean, your UGAs, LSUs, they were up there. I know for me, Georgia Tech always does well on NCAA, whether I'm controlling them or not. And I think because the triple option is just hard to stop on there anyway. So, That's what I saw was Georgia Tech getting up into those ranks a lot. Clemson was usually up there. This is all obviously on the SEC side. On the Pac-12 side, you always saw Southern Cal up there and Oregon State up there pretty much. But what's interesting is as coaches move around, you'll end up seeing some other teams jump up there. And so I think somebody like Nick Saban or somebody big ended up going to Georgia State on there for me. And all of a sudden, Georgia State, which was down in the Sun Belt initially, but all of a sudden they started getting a winning record. And, they ended up moving up the ranks. I think they were in ACC by the time I had stopped. What'd you say? You said, hey, it's been a long time since I played NCAA, so bear with me. But if I slide the sun frequency up, does it mean more subs? You talking about the sub frequency? Yeah. If you slide the sub frequency up to a higher number, they will sub more often. I don't remember if they had the in out or if it was just a number based on like something else. But yeah, usually the higher that is, the more often they sub. The lower it is, less often. So if you were trying to run a dual or multi-running back system, that'd probably be one of those things you would do. But obviously for positions like quarterback, you probably wouldn't do something like that. So, that's what happens. But yeah, it's a lot of fun though if you end up getting into something like that because like I said, it makes it interesting. Just because especially if you're a good player yourself, you'll end up in the top and tell you every single week, it'll be a tough kind of drag out fight sort of game unless you just blow through the computer like they're no problem at all. But I know for me, I always had some close games up there. Not all of them, but most of them were close when I was doing that. So, but anyway, what is it? 5:50. Trying to decide if I feel like broadcasting either another game of this or going over to hockey or taking a break altogether. Maybe playing some Fallout. I'm not certain. But yeah. You're switching the teams. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, well, I wish you the best of luck with that. Let me know how it goes. But yeah, all right. Well, I guess for now I'm gonna go ahead and end the broadcast until I can decide what I want to do next. This 3 losing thing is killing me. This combined with the loss yesterday, not only in the playoffs but also in the first game of the season, getting whooped by the Ravens. I'm tired of this losing, man. I got to get a win somewhere. But all right. So y'all have a good one. I will talk with y'all later on. Stay tuned for my Twitter feed just in case I decide to do something else tonight. Later.